Regular readers will know that back in the day I used to use aeroplanes like most people use buses or the London Underground. 1,200 flights in 17 years is heavy going, with a record of 190 in 1 year alone. Aer Lingus, British Airways and British Midland were the three main protagonists, with a smattering of the other main airlines making up the rest of the list. For example, EasyJet, Ryanair, who got banned in 1998, Virgin, Lufthansa, you get the gist. But what about when I needed to get to some harder to reach places? Private jet? Come off it, I never been that wealthy. I did, however, price up helicopter lessons and buying a second-hand copter back in the 190 flight year. It was uneconomic. No, there was a solution called FlyBe. This was a nice little airline, and I remember them being called Jersey European. One of the best choices if needing to head to the Channel Islands on business. They became FlyBe some years ago and first went under just before COVID and lockdowns became a thing. It was good to see them come back to life in April 2022 and a shame to see them go under again just the other day. The big question here is why? You see, there is a need in the UK for this kind of airline. To take the strain and move people around where the journey by train or car is either too long or too arduous. To link harder to reach destinations in a straight line. For example, Newquay to Newcastle. An absolute pain in the bum by rail or car. Less than an hour by plane. FlyBe filled this sort of market need. To my mind, it should be a fairly simple business model too. Planes, airport slots, staff, fuel, punters. There are punters available, lots of them. True airline staff do not grow on trees, and fuel is a very expensive commodity these days, but there is a market need and it is bigger than you might think. The question is, how did they get it wrong? Timetabling might be an issue. Cost to customer? Possibly. Something else behind closed doors? Possibly. The other thing here is that it has happened twice, and this will have dented trust. Here is the thing now. Twice to the same airline effectively. Once, yes, but twice? The question remains. Surely to get it wrong once and lessons would have been learned from mistakes. So you would have thought. I know what it's like when an airline cannot run flights at the drop of a hat, as it has happened to me a few times. That dents trust in airline. British Airways got banned for being a supplier by me twice for this sort of behavior. The same happened to Ryanair. I do feel for the customers that are having to run around like headless chickens trying to sort out alternative travel arrangements. The next question is, who will take over the business or take on the routes, aircraft and the staff? I actually fancy Loganair to take a few calculated punts on some of the routes. This is airline that I think wants to grow and go to new places. I cannot see the bigger players going in for some of these routes. Their usual aircraft are too big for these routes for a start. As for the aircraft and staff, I think the aircraft will go back to the owners to be distributed and repainted in new colors. The staff, I fear, will be scattered around different airlines and possibly new careers. The bottom line is that what should be a great little business that fills a market need has gone under twice, and the UK has potentially lost a vital service. I do hope something can be done about the routes and the people these routes serve.